In the last video, I briefly spoke on the importance of being there for those suffering with mental health ailment. In tonight's discussion, I'm going to be covering over the paper that I wrote for my job because of personal experience in talking someone out of it for taking their own life with. People say good things can come out of bad situations, and this is one of them. It's given me a drive and motivation to raise more awareness for this kind of topic. And here is my paper on it. Mental health and its effect on suicide in the military and or civilian life. When someone is coping with a mental health ailment, one doesn't know how to provide aid to the person who is on the brink of taking his or her own life. We are around each other more than we are around our own families. This is not something to be taken lightly, nor is it something to be joked around about. And during the Mental Health Month, I look forward to discussing a way for all of us on the management team to see the signs of a person leaning towards this. How many of you know of someone that has committed this? Did you see the signs? Did you speak up when it mattered most? People often correlate suicide to military men and women. Not as much for the civilians. Now, according to the CDC, this statistic for suicide has been a steady increase exponentially by the alarming rate of 49,000 a year since 2023. When I was first going to school to be a massage therapist, I was mandated to attend and get certified in suicide awareness towards the end of my education. A lot of people don't realize that massages is a whole lot more than meets the eye. People think it says, oh, you're just giving a massage to a client, when it's so much more than that. There are times when people have just came to me for a session and they've just opened up about their life story. The signs of it are as follows: giving away his or her most prized possessions, leaving a note informing whoever will read it that they're better off without him or her, saying, I don't want to add to what you have going on. Lastly, being very distant and secretive with what's really going on with him or her. PTSD, on the other hand, is another gray area that's not fully explored from a medical standpoint. Military men and women who have seen combat and or have been in law enforcement, to first responders who see things that regular people don't see on an everyday basis, often suffer in silence for this condition and are provided with support groups for this. Women are much more susceptible of suffering with the ailment knowingly, more so than the men are, according to the study that has been conducted by Harvard Medical and other medical facilities via the NIH, National Institute of Mental Health. On the other hand, a civilian who suffers from this is only allotted 18 sessions a year and does not provide the help he or she needs to cope with it. In my personal experience of coping with that, it is from diverse traumas I've survived throughout the years. 18 sessions a year for counseling in those suffering from this ailment is not enough. More needs to be done to increase the number of sessions allotted for those types of patients. It is also difficult to spot this ailment as well due to how each person's mental health level is like. In conclusion, if we can come up with a way to be trained in picking up on the signs of suicide as part of the management team, I believe it'll help in preventing someone else from going down a dark path where he or she cannot come back from. Work with those seeking the help he or she needs to cope with suffering from PTSD, and know when to refer out for professional help. Ask how he or she is doing. Make sure they know they're not alone. Be their sounding board when his or her home life isn't healthy. This may be his or her safe haven when their home life isn't. I sure hope this helps you in understanding these two topics that are oftentimes considered taboo. Thank you again for hearing me out.